Okay, even though I said I wouldn't do it, I'm going to do one tonight. This is your video for helping with reading the box plots for tonight. Okay, the first one says, which year had the fastest median time? So if you remember in class, we talked about the median is that line in the middle of the box plot. So when I say which year had the fastest median time, well, remember we're talking time here, so I want to find something on the lower end, and the fastest time would be 2015. Okay, so the fastest time should be 2015. The next question said, which year had the smallest variation in finishing times? Well, that means which one had the smallest range. So if I'm looking at this, remember the range is from the minimum to the maximum. So I want to see which box and whisker was the smallest. And if you look at 2016, that was the smallest range there. Question 3. The interquartile range is the difference between the upper and lower quartiles. So if you remember, the upper quartile is that point, lower quartile is that point. So I want to look at that and see which interquartile is the smallest, which range is the difference between the upper, which one is the largest range of the interquartile. So I want to look at the box. Which year had the box was the biggest? I'm just looking at the box. So I'm looking at just the box there. Which box is the biggest? And it should be 2015. Okay, number 4. In 2013, Ela Robinson of Eagle River, Alaska came in 5th place with a time of 16.77 hours. Between which two quartiles does her time fall? So the only thing I'm looking at is 2013. So I know her time was past 16 and almost 17. So as I'm looking at that right there, I know her time fell right there. So I know that's my minimum. That's my quartile 1, so it's between quartile 1 and my median, which is quartile 2. Okay, number 5. Kevin Harper of Alaska won 1st place in 2015 and 16. So again, I am looking at 2015 and 2016. About how much faster did he finish the race in 2015 compared to 2016. So as I'm looking at those data points, since he won it, he had the he won it down here. I'm sorry. He won it down here at this end. So I was wrong there. So I want to look at those points. So in 2015, he finished about 11 and a half. 2016, he finished about 13. So if I take the difference, it's 13 minus 11.5, so it would be about 1.5. Number 6, which year of the Junior Iditarod did the chart do you think had the toughest race conditions? Well, looking at the charts and knowing it's the same miles for each one, well, if it's a tough conditions, it probably took them longer. So when I look at this, the 1st place person finished in 19 and a half hours. That was 1st place. And that's almost, except for 13, that's almost like the other ones, the last place. So I would say that in 2012, it was the toughest conditions because the 1st place finisher finished way behind a lot of people who finished the race at the end. Number 7, which year do you think had the most exciting race for 1st place? Well, as I'm looking at my box plots and I want to see which year the my lower quartile from my minimum was the shortest. So I'm looking at just the part right here. I want to see which whisker was the shortest, and I would probably say 2012 was the shortest because I